Hi, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at a humongous ridge of higher pressure across the west, a trough of lower pressure over a kind of a flatter ridge. What's going to end up happening, this is going to amplify, and it's really going to produce a tremendously sharp trough here in the eastern areas of North America, and a very strong ridge just to the west. Eventually that ridge is going to move in next week and warm us up again. So the good news for utility is little to no utility impacts, though lowered confidence into the end of next week. There'll be that large ridging through the central part of North America with a very sharp trough of lower pressure in the eastern areas and the Canadian Maritimes, bring benign but frequent small impulses that'll be flying in on a north to northwesterly wind aloft. The biggest concern potential would be for gradient winds at mountaintop levels. That would happen, it looks like, along about Wednesday. But the overall take of our weather pattern is one that's kind of a sleepy one. Alright, current analysis shows marginally cold air across mainly the Siberian area, some of that in Greenland, and really lower parts of Canada, northern United States, pretty absent. A little bit of that is moved down and entering Vermont with the current cold that is working in on a gusty northwest wind as we speak. But the takeaway here is what you want to look at, and that is all of this is above normal in temperature. I mean, it is quite amazing. Over in the parts of Siberia and parts of Eurasia, it is below normal in temperature, and a little bit of that in the northern areas, but the supply of cold air is just really on the backside of the planet, and it is on the Asian side. A little bit of that getting into the Pacific, and you can see weather systems coming in a little bit stronger here. The Gulf of Alaska low has been a little bit strong, but this ends up pumping up a giant ridge. If this is really strong trough, this will pump up a ridge, and then we'll have another strong trough, and so forth, and that seems to be the case. Okay, this is our current situation. A little bit of precipitation working on out of our region, and just running the 6 hourly panels here. Actually, they're 12 hourly. Just not a whole lot going on. A little ridge of higher pressure builds in. We have a nice day, best project day, weather day coming on Monday. Pretty cold, and so forth. Next system comes down. Looks like it catches us in the afternoon on Tuesday. Fairly light, relatively cold. Another ridge builds in. Looks like the next best day coming, probably Thursday next week. And then a little bit of a change up here. With a pretty impressive shot of cold air building across the region. Now this is 7 days, 8 days. This is 9 days out, so even that doesn't really do a whole lot here for eastern North America. A little bit early now. We're only into the 13th of November here, but you can see just how precipitation-free much of Canada is. This is a very benign weather pattern. Accumulated 7-day total precipitation, whoop-de-doo, 2,500ths of an inch. Maybe they get up to a ½ inch to the north of us with that flow again, some shortwave troughs coming over the top of the ridge. Main action is going to be to the south of us. Big ridge of higher pressure through the central and southern areas. It is activating some tropical moisture, and that's spilling in almost like a another monsoon situation here. Wow, this is happening in November. Looking at temperatures, running about 3 to 6 degrees above normal. 3 days later, a little closer to 6 degrees above normal, I guess, but not a whole lot of change, but it's warm. Well, we saw what the European model thinks. What does the GFS ensemble model think? Well, not a lot of precipitation. Again, this is a very moisture-starved kind of flow coming out of the north-northwest. This is good through the 10th. Notice a little bit of whiskers here for some snow. Very small amounts. So if you're looking for snow, not yet. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.